Well, I just finished binge watching the first four episodes of Discovery Plus's new series, Roswell: The Final Verdict, and I gotta say, it was pretty interesting. I guess now there's only two episodes left. They'll be coming out in the next couple of weeks here. But I got to say that it was pretty interesting series. I enjoyed it so far. There was some familiar faces there, like Nick Pope, but particularly I was really happy to see someone like Donald R. Schmidt, who's the author, one of the co-authors of Roswell: The Ultimate Cold Case Closed. He's a guy who knows what he's talking about. He wrote that book along with a couple other books with Thomas Carey. And those two guys really know what they're talking about when it comes to Roswell. So it was nice to see him in there, and it was the series does a nice job of doing some recreations. I'm not going to give anything away here if anybody's concerned about that. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but what I'm going to say is that it does it does a nice job of presenting some interesting recreations of the events of July 1947 in Roswell and in the desert outside of Roswell. I really enjoyed the series. I guess one of the complaints that I would have with it is that it looks like I watched it without commercials. I did a trial with Discovery Plus, and I set it up for the without commercials style trial. So I was able to watch, all four episodes without commercials. But it looks like the series is designed for commercials, and it suffers from, you could see where the commercial breaks would be, and then when it comes back, it's like it's one of the biggest problems that a lot of documentaries on TV suffer from today is when the commercial's over, it basically gives you a recap of what you just watched previously before the commercial break, and I don't like that. But other than that, that's my only complaint about it. But the most interesting thing about the series, and I think, is that there's this new artificial intelligence lie detector technology that is used, and it's used on a lot of the old interviews from a lot of the people that were witnesses, firsthand witnesses and secondhand witnesses. And it's this technology portends to determine whether these people were lying or not. And I think a lot of people who a lot of suspicions are confirmed in this. I think there's a couple of surprises here and there that I could say it's from what I've seen, it looks like so far it's pretty good news for people who know what really happened in Roswell. I believe I know, after all the research I've done and the books I've read, that there was an alien crash that craft there and that the government covered it up. It doesn't look good for the debunkers, because they won't have a leg to stand on with this. I mean, they're not going to like this series at all. But for people who want to find out more, and this is get even more verification of the reality of the situation that happened in Roswell back in 1947. This is a very interesting series, and I highly recommend it. There are two more episodes yet to air, and like I said, I watched the first four episodes, and I look forward to seeing the final two. It's a six episodes series on Discovery Plus. I like to see them do more things like this. Again, my only complaint is, and I think this goes for a lot of documentaries, even the ones that are completely designed to be on commercial television, where they have these, in days of old they did not do this. Back in the 70s and 80s, and I don't remember documentaries doing this kind of thing. I remember a TV series like In Search Of that was hosted by Leonard Nimoy that, looked at a lot of different strange things, and they never did that. That show never did that. I mean, this in last few couple of decades here, they do that all the time, where they're, they have a commercial break, and then when it comes back, they basically give you like a 1 to 2 minute recap of what you just watched. So you're seeing a lot of the same stuff over and over again. So that's my only complaint with the series. I just, in that series and a lot of other series. I mean, it's not just this series, but they do it a lot, and it doesn't make any sense to me. Really, it's like it's an insult to intelligence. It makes it look like everybody's stupid. They can't remember what they just watched 3 minutes before. I mean, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But hey, other than that, I really like the recreations. I like this AI technology, this artificial intelligence truth finding technology. Very interesting. They look at some of these old interviews. I have seen a lot of you people that have followed this subject have seen these interviews before, seen these people before, and they seem truth. A lot of them seem truthful then, and this artificial intelligence verifies that truthfulness in a lot of the cases. Some cases, there's things that you might not have thought were people were telling the truth, and this thing says they were. And then there's other cases where you think somebody was telling the truth, and this shows that they weren't. But you just have to watch the series and see what I'm talking about. Now, for people who haven't seen, or people who have know nothing of Roswell, this is pretty good series to learn about it. I still recommend reading books on this. I mean, I don't think. I mean, I've said before that most documentaries I've seen on Roswell over the years, they just can't come close to giving you all the information that's necessary to understand, to get the full scope of that entire situation. There's been several good books I've read over the years. Witness to Roswell, by Donald R. Schmidt and Thomas Carey, and also more recently they had another book called Roswell: The Ultimate Cold Case Closed, which I thought was great. There's books like that. The truth about the UFO crash in Roswell. Now, some of the information in an older book like that might be antiquated, or there might be some other information that came out that might have changed over the years, because that's an older book. But I would recommend, the most recent book that I've read that was published in 2020, Roswell: The Ultimate Cold Case Closed by Carey and Schmidt. That's probably the best thing out there right now. But yeah, I give this series a thumbs up. It's well made. It's definitely I really people watching this will really enjoy the recreations. It gives you a sense of what it might have been like back then. Probably more so than any other documentary I've ever watched. So yeah, this is highly recommended, and they did a good job.